Kabbala and Book of Changes.
YiJing.
According to Kabbala, during the creation of the world, the Creator gave the creation the possibility of existing. The Creator has reduced Simtsum Atsut, hidden himself within one point, thus creating the possibility of existing for something else. Infinity created its opposite, a point. Therefore, the Hebrew word for world is olam, meaning to hide, lehalim, because the universe hides the existence of the Creator. Simultaneous coexistence of opposites, infinite and finite, laid the principle of duality at all levels of creation. Yang and yin, light and darkness, day and night, light and heavy, good and evil, spiritual and material. For the infinite Creator, His creation is only a point with no dimensions, within which the infinity is constantly compacting and compressing itself, Simtsum, while for the created inside the creation, it is an enormous universe with worlds of different dimensions. During the creation of the point, opposing forces were created: tranquility and movement, space and time. The scientific theory of the Big Bang reminds the binary scheme of ancient knowledge. According to the Big Bang theory, two primary atoms were created from one point of matter, helium and hydrogen, from which all other chemical elements are built. The same schemes define worlds of different dimensions, from the most abstract, unchangeable spiritual world to the material world with changing time, space, and living individuals. According to this ancient knowledge, the world is a matrix which is built like this. World of dimension 2 to the power of 0, point, Simtsum Atmut. The beginning of creation is in one point. Binarity is already integrated within the presence of the point. Since 1 is 2 to the power of 0, that is, the Creator and the created. World of dimension 2 to the power of 1. The word of effulgence emission, Olam Atzilut. The world, dimension of which can be described by a straight line, a place for an infinite number of points. Two opposing forces, good and evil. In Chinese philosophy, it's called yang, light, masculine, odd numbers, yin, darkness, feminine, even numbers. World of dimension 2 to the power of 2. The word of creation, Olam Briah. The world, dimension of which can be described by a plane, a place for an infinite number of straight lines. YiJing, 4 merit characters, 4 seasons, and 4 great archangels: Michael, Raphael, Raziel, Gavriel. 4 fundamentals of being: fire, aspiration, up, wind, movement of diffusion and condensation, water, aspiration down, earth, center. 4 fundamentals and their combination together give us the number of 5. 5 elements or movements:
Wuxin.
movement up, a symbol of fire; centripetal movement, like a tornado rotating towards the center, symbol of metal; centrifugal movement, like a hurricane wind spraying from the center, symbol of tree; movement down, symbol of water. The place where all change takes place is the symbol of the earth. World of dimension 2 to the power of 3. The word of making the shape, Olam Yetzirah. The world, dimension of which can be described by a 3-dimensional space, a place for an infinite number of planes. 6 visible directions of spatial characteristics: up, down, right, left, back, forward. And 7 is the connection of all 6 together. And 8 is a place that makes it possible for all of the above to exist. In Chinese tradition, it is called Baguo, 8 trigrams. World of dimensions 2 to the power of 6. The world of spiritual energetic action, Olam Asya Ruhanit, the world, dimension of which can be described by a three-dimensional space plus time or movement of objects, 64 hexagrams, and in Hebrew, from the heart, 32, to the heart, 32. The fifth among worlds, the material world, the world of material action, Olam Asya Homrit, the world, dimension of which can be described by a three-dimensional space plus time or movement of objects, plus an individual, alive soul. The material world, the fifth among the worlds, contains all forms of the previous worlds. However, life, soul, and individuality exist only in the material world. Since the material world is the last of all worlds, the entire creation was conceived because of it. The end of an action is at the beginning of the intention. In the Hebrew tradition, Kabbala, and in the Chinese philosophy, Book of Changes,
YiJing,
the creation of the world is described by identical mathematical models. The model of the creation of the world of the macrocosm is applicable to the creation of the life of the microcosm. The embryo begins at one point, a fertilized egg, which is first divided in 2, then in 4, then in 8, in 64, and so on. In the matrix world, everything is predetermined, except for the freedom choice of the heart. A person has complete freedom only in the choice of his heart. Everything else is regulated by natural laws or human authorities. Freedom of choice, Ratzon, has the same letters as in the world Zenor, a channel, which brings the light and will of the Creator to people. Freedom of choice of the heart is the driving force in the universe. This is the same freedom of choice that inspired the Creator to the compression, Zimzum, of his infinity and the creation of life.